If Elon Musk had not bought Twitter, I think that we would be living inside of the same cancel culture hellhole that we existed in before. I think the truth is that if Elon didn't buy Twitter, we would probably be still talking about how people need to get, their next booster shot. People need to get this next thing. It's scary. Yeah, no, think about it. Because Elon buying Twitter was the crack in the dam of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And for the longest time, you could not express yourself on any platform. Instagram was censored. Facebook was censored. TikTok was censored. YouTube was censored. Twitter obviously was censored. Reddit was censored. So there was no place on the internet where people with these minds could come together and congregate and have an opinion on anything. And I think that what that led to is that basically there was a complete shutdown on that ideology. And if it wasn't for Elon effectively strong-arming and buying Twitter and saying, no, this isn't going to happen, I think that we would still be living in that world. We would still have to pretend like there's more than two genders. We would still have to pretend like, crime is a socioeconomic problem. We would still have to pretend and engage with all of these bad faith ideologies constantly. And so, no, and that's the reason why I've been very, very favorable towards Elon. I don't care about Path of Exile. Oh, he had somebody play his account in PoE. I don't give a fuck about that. The guy saved freedom of speech. He did. And I think anybody who's not willing to acknowledge that is being totally dishonest. Elon buying Twitter completely was a timeline shift. He totally shifted the timeline by doing that. And you can see now, as soon as that happened, every other platform changed because all of those people that were being pushed down, and again, that is a glitch in the matrix that a, super billionaire buys one of the biggest free speech platforms, says, I don't give a fuck about making any money on this, and then lets people say anything that they want. This is not something that's random, or sorry, well, it is random, but it's not something that's within the scope of what you can even expect to have happen. The Glaze, I think he deserves it. I do. I will always be thankful for that. I will always respect Elon for that. And I think anybody who doesn't is so naive and short-sighted. It is insane. I am totally glazing him for that. Absolutely. I think it's amazing that he did it. And I don't know why anybody would even disagree. 100%, man. Absolutely. How is that not the case? You've got to thank him for that? Yeah, we sure do. And yeah, it was such a big deal. Yes, it was too bad it's a Jewish site now. It's not, how is it a Jewish site? I hear shit that's about killing Jews every day on Twitter. What are you talking about? That's not even true. What, because you saw some Jewish person saying something that made you mad? I mostly agree, but I also hate seeing those weirdos posting their opinions now. Well, those weirdos' opinions used to be undisagreeable. You weren't allowed to disagree with those weirdos before. Those weirdos had a complete lockdown on all discourse. Nobody was able to say anything to contest those weirdos. Those people that think that they think that they're. Remember whenever Twitch put that person in charge of the Trust and Safety Council that thought that they were a deer? I mean, this is a mental illness. It's obviously a mental illness, and anybody who's pretending like it's not is engaging in a lie. So at a certain point back then, everybody had to play along and say, wow, that's crazy, wow. Now we don't have to do that anymore. And I think that if Elon didn't buy Twitter, we'd still be having to say, wow.